So what is the key vehicle when it comes to making personal change? Well, that's what we're going to be looking at in this video. So I'm Stephen Burns from Solutions in Mind, and in this video I'd like to discuss one of the key vehicles when it comes to making personal change. And this vehicle is really simple, and that is imagination. If there's one thing that you can get from this video, it's this little soundbite. When we can imagine something, it becomes a choice. And usually when we become locked into our own psychological issues, angsts and problems, it's because we have become locked into the problem and we can't see and step into the solution. And the vehicle that allows you to go from problem to solution is the use of the imagination. So I'd like to just give you a very quick demonstration of just how powerful this can be. It's a physical demonstration, by the way, so be prepared. So what I'd like you to do is if you could stand up and if you could put your feet roughly around about hip width apart. And then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take your right or your left arm and then start to rotate from the hips. So I don't want you to move your feet, I want you to actually rotate from the hips. And follow your hands, or follow your hand with your eyes, should I say. And then what I'd like you to do is, when you reach your limit, I'd like you to make an imaginary chalk mark on the wall, just so that you can remember where your limit is. Okay? Once you've done that, I'd like you to rotate all the way back round and then close your eyes. And this time, I'd like you just to imagine what you just did. So I don't want you to see yourself, I'd like you to actually be inside your own skin, seeing it through your own eyes, almost like you're reliving that stretching experience that you just had a moment ago. Only this time, I'd like you just to notice what it's like as that arm stretches all the way past the chalk mark. So I don't want you to physically do it, I'd like you just to do it in your imagination. And I'd like you just to stretch way beyond that chalk mark, maybe a foot beyond it, maybe even 2 feet. Maybe even take it to the ridiculous extreme by rotating round 270 degrees or even 360 degrees, as weird as that will look and as weird as that will feel. But once you've done that inside your mind, I'd like you just to come all the way back and then open your eyes. Okay, so now that you've imagined it inside your mind, I'd like you to once again do it physically. So feet hip width apart and then start to rotate round. Only this time, I'd like you just to pay attention to how much further you can now stretch round. Now, I'm obviously not in your living room, I can't see what you're doing, but I would say that 95% of the time, people will stretch way beyond the initial chalk mark. Why does that happen? Well, I would say there are 2 explanations to this. The first is the neural pathway explanation. And this is the idea that anytime we imagine something inside our minds, if we make it really kind of visually intense, then we create a neural pathway. And then the more we imagine it, the stronger that pathway becomes, and the more likely we are to then start to use that as a potential option, a choice. And I would say there's a lot of truth to that, but there is a second explanation, and this is the one that I tend to like more. And that is that that choice was always available to you. Just because you imagined something didn't all of a sudden cause you to be more flexible, but it was already a choice that you had in the background of your experience. And by using your imagination deliberately and actively, it allowed you to bring that choice from the background to the foreground so that you could connect with it more readily. Now, I would say that both of these explanations are probably true to a certain extent, but the key thing behind both of them is the use of the imagination. The imagination is the vehicle to go from problem to solution. So just imagine for a moment if you were to be twice as happy as what you are right now. What might that look, sound and feel like? And if you were to step into that image fully and completely, see through your own eyes, your own ears, and really feel what that might feel like, what do you think would happen? Well, even if we take both of the explanations, then it's going to lead to something good. One, you're going to be creating the neural pathways for happiness, but 2, you're also going to be tapping into your natural resourcefulness, your natural ability to feel happy. You'll be bringing that choice from the background to the foreground of your experience. So just to loop back to that little soundbite, because I really do think it's important that if you can imagine something, then all of a sudden it becomes a choice. So you can really deliberately use your imagination to see and step into the solutions in all the different areas of your life. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, then please subscribe to the channel and I'll keep you up to date with future content and future videos. Also, this idea is just one idea within a larger personal transformation program. If you want to check out this program, then head over to the website if you're not on it already, or you can even join the Solutions in Mind School. So thanks for watching, have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video.